Welcome everybody to Very Honest Shenanigans. I am Frank.
And I am Matt. What is up, my peeps?
And today we are continuing our reaction slash kind of like breakdowns because we've been breaking down the music.
You know what? That's fun though. Fun. It's fun to break.
It is
these
fun.
things. And
We
I
are
think what you mean to
continuing
say
our
is
reaction
our
slash
epic
breakdown.
journey.
Yes, through the concept album for Epic
The fact
the
that this
Musical.
is a concept really pisses you off.
It does because it's so good. It's beyond. To me, it's like, oh, this is like a final product. But apparently, the artist is like, oh, this can be better. You know. Anyway, okay, no, but in all seriousness, if you have not yet checked part 1, where we reacted to the first 2 songs, Just a Man and
Come on, you got
what was
it.
the other one?
You got it. You got it. Come on. Come on.
Just a Man and my name's leaving my mind.
Come on, you got it. I believe.
Hey. I don't know. Just help me out here,
It's
please.
the Horse and the Infant and Just a Man. The first 2 songs.
Horse
of
and
the
the
Troy
Infinite
Saga.
and Just a Man. Make sure you can check those out over on the channel. You know.
Yeah, we'll also link that down up in the card and down below as well if you want to head out there before we watch this one.
Yes. Now, this is a continuation of the first part.
Yes, the first saga.
The first saga.
Let me see who this is by before we continue. But this is the Full Speed Ahead animatic by... Do I not get a name? Hello?
Is there none?
Alright, give me a second. I'll find it through here. Wolfie the Witch. It's by Wolfie the Witch. That is who our third animatic is by.
Wolfie the Witch. Okay, the last one was by Gigi. Now this is Wolfie the Witch. Yes. I'm curious to see how their styles are going to differ.
I honestly, don't think... I want to say the character designs, for the most part, usually look very similar. But I don't remember, so we'll see.
Now, Matt has seen the animatics before. Matt, you pretty much listened to the entire album for at least what's been released thus far.
Yes,
right?
I've listened up until the Wisdom Saga. I've seen the animatics for everything up until the Thunder Saga.
Aside from the first 2 songs, I have not seen. Yeah, aside from the first 2 songs, I've not seen any of the animatics, and I've only listened to about 80% of the album out of order.
Yeah,
so
he
this
lost.
is going to be fun.
He was confused. He was like, what is happening? I was like, don't worry.
I was like, wait, when does this person become this? Anyway, so if you have yet to check out the original, please go check out the original.
Yes,
they will be linked down below.
Please, please, please. The more support that is shown over there, the more likely that it is to actually become fully realized as something that we can all enjoy live. You know, live performances and, you know, all that kind of jazz that comes along with this becoming real. I think it would be amazing. So go check it out. Go support if you haven't already.
Yes, we will be reacting. That means pausing, skipping back,
and
breaking stuff.
We'll be breaking stuff down as we go.
Yeah.
As we point things out, I'll probably point things out to Frank that I have seen and noticed. You know, kind of, you know, figure things out together. You know. Yeah. He's pointed out some things.
And let us know down below if you found something in this that you have not realized the first time you've listened to it, or something that we've missed. But no spoilers.
Yes, no spoilers.
No spoilers.
Do not spoil anything that comes ahead. If you are going to spoil anything that comes ahead, please mark the post as a spoiler and leave some space so that we don't automatically kind of see it on those comments. You know, give us a chance.
And
I will see them because I for the most part know everything. But Frank, we don't want to spoil what's ahead for Frank. We don't want to kind of lose that surprise, that momentum.
With that, let's get into Epic the Musical.
Full speed ahead.
Go! Now, I have heard this song.
600 men. 600 men under my command, with only one goal in mind:
make it back alive to our homeland.
600 men, 600 miles of open sea. But the problem's not the distance,
it's what lies in between.
And did they cause waiting?
I just want to point out, I just love the kind of crew, because the background vocals are the crew of the ship, kind of just kind of completing phrases as they're coming along.
But the problem's not the distance,
It's what lies in between.
and did they cause waiting?
Probably because they're all thinking the same thing, right?
Yeah, so it's kind of like they're all thinking it's not the distance that is the problem. It's kind of what can happen in the distance that's the problem.
Yeah. So it looks like so far, Odysseus' design is playing pretty consistent.
I want to say that they based
little differences.
yeah, I want to say they based
the
the
head shape.
design for Odysseus based off of Jay, who is the singer for
Right.
Odysseus.
I've seen that in some of the Spotify work, but yeah.
Yeah, most of the time
Right.
I want to say they based the characters based off of who was singing them, and so you can
Yeah,
fully
that's
see
typically
how
what would happen in like animation.
yeah.
So.
So for the most part, they look pretty similar. Let's keep going.
Penelope's waiting for me, so full speed ahead, full speed ahead.
So can we pause real quick?
Captain, you really just 600 men.
Okay, so I'm guessing that that guitar, the acoustic guitar, I don't know if it's a Spanish guitar, kind of reminds
That's a
me of it,
nylon
but
guitar.
the acoustic guitar, nylon. I'm gonna guess that's his instrument because they're using that
Odysseus?
a lot in the driving force for all of his music so far in the past 3 songs.
Well, you'd be right. It is one of his instruments.
Yeah,
Odysseus
assuming
being
that
the
he's the main
he has
character, it's
multiple.
probably gonna be hard to. Yeah, you'll probably have multiple. All right. Also, I just wanna- sorry. I love the effect right now in the animatic. How the background elements are, the opacity of them is kind of low to create like a fog effect. That's
Yeah,
pretty
and they
dope.
kind of say that this is like further away than you think it is.
Yeah.
Full speed ahead.
Captain, you really just 600 men. 600 men. 600 men with big mouths to feed. And we've run out of supplies to eat. First the war, our food stores depleted. 600 men. 600 men. 600 reasons to take what we can. So, Captain, what's the plan? Captain, what's the plan?
Watch where the birds fly. They will lead us to land. There will hunt for food, my second in command. Now full speed
We're up, and away we go. We're up, and away we go.
I love that background.
We're
Oh,
up,
it's
we're
so
off, and
fun.
away we
We're
go.
up, and away we go. And I love how
We're up,
the
we're
second in
off,
command
and
starts
we go.
it, and then the men echo it. Up and away we go. Dun, 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 dun. It's a very driving melody. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
I'm just
It's
gonna,
not
I'm just
it's
gonna
not
keep
overly
reminding
aggressive
you in
either.
in every video, even if it's not there. But listen out to things that you've heard before from other songs. You never know. One might appear somewhere random.
Captain. Politics.
Look! There in the distance, I see an island. I see a light that faintly glows. Maybe they're people lighting a fire. Maybe they'll share some food, who knows?
Something feels off here. I see fire, but there's no smoke.
I say we strike first. We don't have time to waste, so let's raid the place and.
No. Polities, gear up. You win, I'll go ahead.
You and I'll go ahead.
We should try to find a way no one ends up dead.
We don't know what's ahead.
Give me till sunrise, and if we don't return, then 600 men can make this whole place burn. Now full speed ahead, full speed ahead, full speed ahead. We're up, we're off, and away we go.
We're up, we're off, and away
Full
we
speed
go.
ahead.
Full speed ahead.
Also, I don't know if you
Yeah.
heard it, But throughout the song, you can kind of hear the subtle sound of the waves,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is just great in the mix of the music to kind of like show this, where they are, that we're on a ship, right? You know,
Music itself tells a big chunk of the story. It sets up a lot of different things. It sets up scenery. It sets up obviously the main storyline,
and feelings.
the emotion. I forgot who said it, but basically the screen is gonna show you what they want you to see. The music is gonna tell you how to feel about it.
Exactly.
So this is kind of like it's like a gearing up song, like a driving song. One thing I wanted to say is it seems a lot like Odysseus is the type of guy to think about the men first, which is usually a sign of a good leader. So I'm curious to see how that story is going to develop. Does this work out for him in the end, or did his decisions lead to his downfall? Because I really don't know much about this part of Greek mythology, so
I
I'm
knew a
curious.
little bit before I went in, so it wasn't like some of it caught me by surprise, but some of it I kind of knew already. So it's gonna be interesting for you, without a doubt, just to see where this kind of ends up at. Um,
Yeah, and a thought just came to my mind. The use of drums is extremely important here in any war piece because drums dating back centuries are always used to build up adrenaline, from warrior chants to like the Native Americans for ceremonial purposes, all the way to Africa. Like, and the fact that they use it here too, and the rhythm is a very tribalistic rhythm. Boom, 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 boom. It gives the audience a bit of adrenaline into it, and you'll notice this sometimes in video games. Most extreme example like Halo. If anyone's ever played Halo like 1, 2, 3, you'll notice it when you go to attack an enemy. Drums start building up. In here, every time he's saying full speed ahead, the drums are building up, and it's kind of it's keeping you, the audience, engaged along with the men, getting them
hyped up to go
their
full speed ahead.
yeah, exactly. I just love that little how that's always been used. Uh, yeah, all good.
Yeah. So my last thing for you is that we finally get introduced to two new characters for the story, which is Eurylochus and Polites.
Yeah,
Right. And you could tell that their lines kind of give them like kind of paint them as who they are. Especially this part here where they're talking about finding the island,
yeah,
right?
Maybe they're people lighting a fire. Maybe they'll share some food. Who knows?
Like the positive look, like maybe it's people, maybe they'll share some food, who knows,
yeah.
like there's
Meanwhile, second in
Something
command is
feels
very
off
weird with the
here.
situation.
I see fire, but there's no
he points out
smoke.
that it isn't
I
smoke.
say we strike first, we don't have time to waste, so let's raid the place and
Even visually, you
Yeah,
see the two differences
yeah.
here.
Let us strike first. Like who cares who it is or what's happening there? Let's just fight them to get it over with.
Because not only does Odysseus have inner conflict, as shown from the last two songs, now he's got external conflict between his second in command and
His best friend.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know his best friend, but
Yeah.
yeah, which is
Polites
really
his
interesting.
best
And
friend.
you could tell that both of them are loyal to him too. And I kind of like where they're positioned on the left and right side of him. That's interesting. You typically, whenever a character has like internal conflict, to do like the little angel and the devil, um, versions of this stuff on the shoulders. I'm not sure yet who would be who in this case, but you could taking a wild guess. Following his second in command might lead to better results. Meanwhile, following his best friend might lead to more disastrous results.
You think so?
I think so. If that's the way it's being presented, if it's just because shot placement is everything when it comes to a scene, so that in itself tells an entire story. Like every aspect of film and animation tells its own story, tells the story in its own way.
Right, and I'm gonna argue
it,
with you based off just what
I'm
we would
curious.
have seen in these three animatics, but I would disagree. If you listen
Yeah.
to the words that are being spoken by both of them, right, it's like one of them is saying, "Hey, let's just kill the people on this island. Let's kill them and
Right.
take what they have." The other one is like, "Let's see if they'll share." That's
Right,
like
but
in
one could lead to a more disastrous result than the
well,
other.
true, but in the argument of like angel on your shoulder, devil on your shoulder, usually devil's like, "Hey, let's just kill the people," and the angel's like, "No, let's see if they'll share. Let's be nice. Let's be kind. Let's open the world.
Usually,
Let's be open to the
the
world."
devil aspect would tell you to do something that is destructive to you, and the angel would tell you to do something that is more in benefit.
True, but wouldn't someone telling you to kill somebody without trying to talk to them first, wouldn't that be self-destructive? Because that at that point would be turning you from a man to a monster,
You
right? That
could. It
is
depends on. It depends though. It depends on what and why you're killing. Like
well,
in this sense, it's kind of a simplistic view of let's just kill them. That way we could figure it out later. So in that sense, I would agree with you. But I would may argue because now again, this is a theory. It depends on what the result of either way could be, because we could go the peaceful route, but then it could be the people could turn on you. They could be monsters, or you can get more men killed on a peaceful mission rather than what do you call it
on a warpath, pretty much. Like you're pretty much going on a
yeah,
warpath to
there's a
take out.
term for it. I completely forgot what the term was. My brain. I hate knowing the definitions of terms, but not knowing the terms
Hey,
themselves. It's so
look,
annoying.
it's just fine. Look, editor, put up what he's trying to say right here. There, I gave you.
Aggressive action.
There it is. See, it's right there.
It's
Thanks, editor.
delayed. It's.
No, you read it off the screen.
Oh yeah. All right.
It's true. I'm well. Obviously, we're gonna see what goes down the Polites route because immediately after this, he tells Polites to gear up.
You and I'll go ahead.
You and I'll go ahead.
So clearly, what's about to happen now in the next song is Polites and Odysseus are going to be going onto this island together to share some food or try to share some food.
Yeah.
So who knows? I do, but who knows what'll happen? Do you have anything else to add? That's pretty much all I wanted to kind of poke at you with.
Nope. I'm good right now.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us here for our reaction to Full Speed Ahead and our analysis. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some more videos on our channel. If you want to see us live, we live stream on Twitch, so you can go check us out. Link down there in the description as well. If you have not yet already, we've already said this, but we do have the other video from the first one for Horsey and the Infant and Just a Man, so go check that out if you haven't already. And if you're coming to this reaction a little bit late, we may already have some more videos. We hope to see you in those as well. With that, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
I'd like one more thing.
Oh.
If you've missed any of our live streams, we do have a VODs channel. YouTube.com/VeryHonestVods. You can check the live streams there once they are re-uploaded. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.